I don't know, like, she's out there. You're the Florida version of Sex in the City, JD.
That's when I was smoking my cigars.
Don't be an asshole today.
Hello.
Hey,
How are ya?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just waiting on the rock star.
Look at my beautiful creation.
Yes.
I don't know if it's too teeny tiny. This is my test. So,
Okay. I see it.
okay, that's good.
We'll see how it works when there's 3.
Yeah, it might be a bit too small, but I tried.
I love it though. I mean, that's great. You got everything you need.
Yeah, I've been working my ass off this week to get all this stuff done, and I got the Uplift community done. So I'm really excited to like share about that. And I changed the coaching name, and I've got the pages not done, but I've got the little coming soon thing set up, so you can actually go to the website. So
Okay. That's
yeah,
good.
it's coming
That's good.
along.
I'll be in Florida for Thanksgiving.
Ah,
So
that's cool.
we'll probably be skipping that Wednesday show, like the Wednesday before.
That makes sense though.
Yeah.
Everybody's traveling then, so
But between travel and, stuffing turkeys.
yeah.
So yeah, I just figured we'll skip that last Wednesday
Yeah.
of the month. No, the Wednesday before the last, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, because then I get back on like the 28th or 29th, I can't remember. And I know that there's Wednesday is the 30th. So I'm like, oh, am I going to be jet lagged?
Yeah.
All right, here's JD. Okay, let's.
Oh, hey.
Oh, it's all right. I see
Oh,
it's
it's good. It
it's
works.
good.
Hey,
There she is. Just like a megastar, we got to sit and wait.
The entrance.
Thank you for letting me in the room. I appreciate it.
Yeah, we've just been catching up for the last 10 minutes, so
Yeah.
you'll have to edit that out.
Okay. I'm so sorry. There was traffic everywhere. It was but there was an accident on Sample Road, Denise.
Oh no.
And you will appreciate this. I was coming from Coral Springs. So, but I started out at 3:30. I could have gone to almost Orlando.
God,
Oh.
Jesus, that is terrible. That's horrible.
So
Coral Springs, my mother just texted me.
I could have stopped in and done it at Marlene's house.
I know. You
I
could
should
have
have
right
done
up by the
that.
pool. She's commenting on my dinner photo.
Oh.
I made Greek lemon potatoes today. We had
Ooh.
Oh, those are so good.
Sounds good. I've never had that.
They were life. I'm telling you, life.
I'm writing this down. I got a little notepad right here.
Lemon potatoes.
If there's anything
I
Greek,
love that.
anything potatoes, I'm in. So
Yeah, like I just sliced up potatoes, but here's the thing. I boiled them first in like a little bit of water, but lemon juice, oregano, a little bit of garlic, whatever. Boiled them with all the seasonings, cut up a lemon, threw it in there, everything.
Nice.
And then after they were kind of soft, I like oven baked them with more of everything that was like in the water, like same thing.
Nice.
And baked them.
What a great idea.
I'm literally writing this down.
I posted it on Instagram. I was so proud of them.
Oh, I need to get on Instagram. It's sad that I'm not, but
oh man, Jesus. Yeah.
So this is
ahead.
my favorite day, the Julie Schurr day.
I know, that's what she said. What do we have on Wednesday? I said Julie Schurr. She goes, oh, good. I like when Julie's on.
That's my thing.
oh, that's wonderful.
It's like a warm hug.
My niece was excited that she was, I guess, corresponding with you on Facebook, was it?
Yeah, she friended me.
Yeah, she was happy. She told me about it. She knows the lyrics to all of your songs, and she told me it's as if Julie went into my head and into my diary and wrote the lyrics to my life, to my what's going on in my my
That's
head.
hilarious.
Yeah,
These are the
she's
things I
You know
like.
nice.
about your music was that it wasn't just the music and how fun and animated and everything that you were on stage. It was the relatability, because
Mhm.
here's the thing, you could understand every word of Julie's songs. Like you didn't have to go, like I wouldn't
Yep.
walk around totally singing the wrong lyrics to one of your songs, like I would something else. But, and I think that was it, that it always struck a chord in people. So that's
Oh,
well done. Well
I
done.
miss it. I miss
Yeah.
it. I'll
Yeah.
admit, I miss it, but
But I'm gonna let you just go off on what you've been doing, because it's been a
Yeah.
while. We're catching back up. You've been busier than I'll get out. And then I have a major question, which was great because Gemma and I were just talking about this at dinner, and I was like,
Oh.
I gotta ask Julie. So you go first.
wait, me?
You go first. Tell us
Me?
what you
Oh,
what
what
you've
I've
been up
been
to.
doing. Well,
Oh, you. Yeah.
oh, okay. Well, me. Hi. Hey. Okay.
What are we looking at? What are we looking at?
Started. Oh, it's a lovely little bar. You are looking at like a lot of screaming and cursing, trying to crack the Zoom code, which this was not made by Zoom. Anybody seeing this who wants one, I found a tutorial, like 3 YouTube tutorials. I had to splice together some software, blah, blah. Figured out how to do this. I don't know how, but I
Don't
ended up
ask me
getting
how.
it to work because I don't want to pay for Zoom. I don't use it enough. I mean, all
Right.
the client calls I do are over either Messenger voice calls or Skype calls, or they're calls. I don't use video.
Right.
So, but with you guys, I wanted it to be, my information to be accessible, if somebody's watching and is interested. So I made this bar and I finished it today, and this is the debut.
Beautiful.
Thank you. And what you're seeing are 2 new things, because I've been doing the coaching training. I'm doing the practice sessions and everything, which are 20 minutes and free for those who are interested. Now you have a way to get a hold of me. So I've changed the name of my business. It's Apex Coaching. So Apex Community Coaching, because I'm working with LGBTQIA community. I will work with anybody, but I'm centered on our community. Primarily lesbians, non-binary people over 30. That's where I feel the best. That's where I feel the most helpful. So I'm staying with that. So as you can see here, I do have apexcommunitycoaching.com. You can go there, and it's just a coming soon page, which you can enter your email and name if you want to know when we launch. I'm not going to spam you or anything. There's nothing to spam you with. At this point, I'm still building. And you can also get a hold of me for information at Let's Talk at apexcommunitycoaching.com. And if you're interested in knowing more about what coaching is, what you could gain from it, what I can do for you. Or if you just want to say, oh, well, screw it, let's just do 23 minutes. Let's try the session, get a hold of me and we book it. Because again, that's free. So that's set up, but I'm really excited about that, but I'm also super excited about this.
Yeah.
Because I thought, what do I do when I'm not coaching? Because I love giving to people. Like the music was giving myself to people. I love the feeling of doing that. That's why I'm working on doing coaching. I want to give something of myself to people, even though it's really just encouraging them to realize what they can do. It makes me feel like I'm fulfilling my purpose. So I thought, until coaching really, I get super booked and stuff, which will happen one day, speaking that out. Until then, what can I do, that would be cool, that people are kind of like lacking. And I was like, oh, I wish I could like just tell everybody how awesome they are. And I realized, no, I can. So if you're interested, both of you or anybody listening, I decided, you know what? I'm going to invest a little bit of money every month into running this site.
Mm-hmm.
It's Uplift Community, and my first project is just if you go to upliftthecommunity.org, you can just enter your email, and what it is every week, every Wednesday, you're going to get just an email that tells you how awesome you are in one way or another.
That's great.
Oh,
Whether it's telling you you're a
that.
badass, that you're awesome, you've got this, you're perfect, whatever. It's going to be once a week. Wednesday is usually a really hard day. Like it's just middle of the week and you're dragging. Put in your email and I'll send you an email. Everybody on the list gets an email once a week on Wednesday. And I'm going to try to include a resource or a quote from the community in every email. So whether that be, a hotline that caters to the LGBTQIA community, or a quote from an influential leader in the community, or something inspiring, something so that it's not just, oh, here's an inspirational meme. I'm not throwing memes at you. I'm going to handwrite all of these will be me writing,
Or a
sending
good follow.
Yeah.
There's somebody that you follow that you.
Oh yeah.
Just drop a follow in there, man. I'm always like, I just made a TikTok account for the cartoons.
Oh, cool.
And I'm just gonna put it out there. I fucking hate TikTok. Okay.
Oh no, I
feel like you don't get anything from it unless you're 21 and a 4 and you're like doing some weird dance, right?
Mhm.
So I do it, and then I go on and check and see, like, I load up all the cartoons or whatever and go on and check and see if anybody's looking, and it's doing good. It's all right. But like it opens like to a thing and it's like find new friends, and I'm like, I don't know anybody's name. I don't know anybody's handle to follow. So like, then it'll go like, we'll suggest some for you. And I'm like, nope. X. So yeah, if you know a good follow, like that's a great thing to include in the email.
Yeah,
No matter what
yeah.
platform it is. Like it doesn't, like, I'm not saying it has to be TikTok, but an
Right.
Instagram follow, a Twitter follow, a
Right.
Facebook follow, like,
maybe people
somebody
who
that
support
you're
the community,
Yeah.
people who are working for the community,
exactly.
just good things,
Yeah,
and
because everybody loves a follower.
right.
So you're saying
Well-
someone who's following you, like if you've got someone following you that's got, is that what you're saying,
No,
Denise?
just like, I mean, like I
don't have
always
the
tell
same
people like, oh my God, I follow this account. It's so funny or whatever. And I'll send it to them,
Oh, I see.
but I
see.
mean, like that, obviously, your topic of interest is going to be community leaders and programs and stuff like that. So if you're looking for those on Facebook and you find a good one, like definitely share it,
Right. Yeah. I want to kind of, the whole point is uplift. Like I want to do something that brings
Yeah,
some
who wouldn't smile at like an incoming
happiness
email
to
that
the
says you're
community.
awesome?
Exactly. Yeah. I like that.
Yeah, that's amazing.
And and the thing about what I want to do is, like I want to do this without making it super gendered, like where it's like, oh, wives love their husbands love, that's always with stuff, what, not for me.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I know it's a small thing, but it's 2022, for fuck's sake. Could we like maybe just make it a little more neutral? And so I'm just gonna, put in, you're an awesome person.
Yeah.
You're
I
an
like
amazing human being. This is not going to be, and if that insults people, then don't sign up. But it's gonna tell you how awesome you are. I don't care what you look like, who you love, who you're sleeping with, who you're not. I don't care, because that's important to you. That doesn't matter to me. You're a human, and I want you to have encouragement and love if you are part of the queer community. And that's what I'm trying to put out with Uplift. And that's what I'm trying to help with people with Apex.
Right.
So, this is kind of like, Uplift is like a labor of love kind of thing. And so is Apex, but it's more of a, I hope, to fuel my life off of, what I can earn here. But Uplift is just, and I'm hoping to find after this, maybe there's another project I can do, something that's, just giving something with, no asks really.
Wouldn't it be great if there was like, how it's almost like, and I'm not putting these programs or things down in any way, but like, if you're an alcoholic, you got AA, if you're a drug addict, you got, NA or whatever it's called. But I mean, like, if you're a sex addict, you've got
SA.
Anonymous. Yeah. So it's like, it's almost like you have to have something wrong with you to have a support group.
Support, yeah.
And wouldn't it just be great to walk into
Yes.
some place and just sit with a bunch of strangers because you all want to feel better, and make each other feel better. And
Yes.
just sit and
From
and
life,
eat
yeah.
cookies and drink coffee and like talk
Uh-huh.
about how
Oh
awesome.
man, you know what? I'm glad you brought that up because you know what? Something I'm planning and I haven't put it together yet. So maybe it won't happen, but you know what? I really wanted to get together, like put together some kind of just group meeting online for it's going to be part of the coaching thing, but it'd be free. So, but we all join together and just kind of talk it out and support each other.
Yeah.
Like I thought, you know what, that'd be a great thing, especially,
Yeah.
I feel like it even work better if you don't know each other. Like, you know
Like
what?
Smile
Come
Anonymous.
join in,
There's
there's a
Smile
cast of
Anonymous
20
and just
people.
The
together.
anonymous.
Yeah, Smile
Anywhere.
Anonymous.
Yes, anywhere in the world. And
Right.
I was thinking of doing that with Apex and just having it, planning an event and inviting, and it's say, first 20 are in, we're going to meet at this time. And you know
There's
what?
no
There's
badges. There's
Great
no,
idea.
I'm
You don't have to
so-and-so
worry about the shit.
badges.
You
Yeah.
just show up
I love it.
and we encourage each other, or we just sit and stare at the screen. You don't have to be alone. You feel, you had a shitty week. You just want to be around
Yes.
people without leaving your house.
Right.
That's what we're going to do. And if we want to talk, then we'll talk. And it's
Right.
not even about coaching. Like this is not a
No.
driven, goal driven thing. It's just, let's be together
Mhm.
and share and talk, like I thought
Even
of
if
doing
it's
that.
just like, what was the best part of your day? You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Or
exactly.
or
I
like,
mean,
how do
that's
you pull
support.
yourself out of a funk or something? Like,
All of these are support,
Yeah.
You
Right.
could use like a little play on words thing, like life support, like a life support group.
Oh my God, I
Because
love that.
It's like life, right? Because you support
Yeah.
people with life issues. Life
yes,
support.
Mhm.
You
it's
can
so
use that.
global.
Feel
It's
free.
yeah, it's the
You know
thing.
what?
like,
I think I'm gonna do that. I actually made a Facebook page for Uplift. I haven't put this out there yet. You guys are the first ones to know about this. Like this is
Breaking
the
news.
literal, I mean, one person knows. That's it.
Do you want it? Are we gonna put this out? Or you out there on this now?
No,
Okay.
no, it's ready now.
It's ready,
But
okay.
I mean, I haven't told anybody about the Facebook page, nothing. I haven't shared anything. I've been building it, hoping to get it done by tonight and then debut. But you know what? I could host that on the Uplift page. Because I don't hide the fact that Uplift is connected to Apex. I'm not
Right,
trying to hide anything, but I do say Apex is a LGBTQIA owned and operated company, and it is. I mean, granted, there's nothing coming in, so technically company, but like I think that'd be a great place to host it too.
Oh,
because
definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uplift.
Yeah.
Hmm?
We were just saying, it's like, it's such a global thing right now. And if you think about it, like after we've all just been through the whole COVID thing, and some of us are now like really digging the isolation and the aloneness or whatever, like,
Right.
like I'm so okay with it, but I know that other people are not, and I get it. Like I totally,
Yeah.
but
But it's hard to get out now.
right.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
this is why I think like people have learned this new way of being a part of something, whether it's Zoom or Skype or, a group chat, like a friggin' group chat on WhatsApp,
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
sometimes that's somebody's
Yeah.
lifeline, like they need
Yeah.
that. So something like this, I think, is A, perfect timing, and B, it takes the stigma away from anybody that might be struggling, but doesn't want to
Right,
call it struggling.
Right.
There's no
They're so afraid
obligation
that there's like
to
a mental
label.
health, right? like
Right.
mental health aspect to it. And a lot of
Mhm.
times there isn't. It's just support.
Right, it's just community.
Right.
Like,
Yeah.
it is
Right.
what you make it, that, you
Right.
know?
And I
You know
do
what?
think,
A lot of lonely people out there, a
Yeah.
lot. And it's
Yeah.
like, this would be a safe place for them to go. And
and
I
no one
bet
wants
there's,
to admit that, that's a really hard
right.
thing to admit. Like, I think
Yeah.
we've gotten more comfortable since COVID.
Man,
be
I'll
able to
admit
say
it. I
it.
mean, I get lonely, and especially after COVID. I mean, and living in Spain, like I was
Oh,
just
yeah.
trying to connect with people when COVID hit. Here, I was finally starting to get a community of friends, and man, COVID just wiped that out. It's like I started from
Yeah.
zero.
Right.
Like
Yeah.
it's hard, and I'll admit, I do get lonely. I mean, I think everybody does from time to time.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's just
I
that I
kinda-
think we're just at that point where we're getting a little bit more comfortable
Yeah.
admitting it and then reaching out, like doing,
Yeah,
reaching out.
exactly.
But that's,
People don't want to admit it.
right.
But what's
Yeah.
nice about it is that people could, that might be literally a lifeline to someone who had a bad day. They don't have anyone to talk to at home, and they come home and like they know they have their group meeting that night, and you're
Yeah.
running this, and that probably will be a lifeline for some people.
It's
'Cause-
something to look forward to,
Yeah,
there's not that much to
exactly.
look forward to anymore, like in that realm. And that,
Mhm.
yeah, you can look forward to the premiere of Chicago PD, but that's just me. But I mean, like, people that
Or the
that
next
want-
reality
want
show.
that connection, that personal connection, that is something to look forward to.
Well,
you know?
man, you guys have convinced me. I'm gonna make this work. I think I'm gonna do it between Thanksgiving and Christmas, because the holidays are hard,
Oh,
especially
perfect.
when you're feeling lonely. I mean, I'm not getting back to
Mhm.
the for the holidays. I'm gonna be
Yeah.
here.
Perfect.
So I think I'll throw it right in the middle, just so if I mean, man, you can be the strongest person on earth and the holidays hit. And
Yeah.
for whatever reason, it really has the potential to
So
just
true.
kick your feet out from under you. So
Yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna
Yeah,
aim
for every reason imaginable. Like, some people it is the loneliness, and other people it's the stress of being with the family that
Right.
exactly
Exactly.
that you
Yeah,
might not
there's so
want to
many
be with.
reasons.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
especially in our community, you have a lot of, if your family accepts you, awesome, but maybe that extended family doesn't. And,
Right.
maybe you're not out, I mean, I'm out to my parents, but it's a conditional, like, we don't talk about it,
Right.
like,
Right,
and I
yeah.
mean, you know what, that's really fucking hard, but
So
I
unfair,
mean,
yeah.
it's something I can handle on my own, but it'd be nice if I was around people who would get it when I said, this is
Right.
what I'm going through. Like, maybe you're not there, but you understand. Like, you can
Right.
put yourself there.
Oh, yeah.
So
yeah.
you know what? I'm gonna try to set that up. That's on the Facebook community. It's a group. It's just Uplift Community. It's in under groups on Facebook, and it has
And
the
anybody
big
can join,
Uplift.
right? It's not a private or closed group.
No,
or-
it actually is, because
Okay.
what I'm doing is I'm making this very safe space.
Good. Okay.
Yeah.
So all you have to do is agree to the rules, and it does outline that, like, it is private only because if there are people who aren't out, I don't
Oh,
want
yeah,
anybody
yeah, yeah, I know
knowing
about
that,
that, right,
or
right.
people who are out but their job doesn't like what they
Right.
like I've kept
Right.
it private just so we combat the idiots. There are too many idiots.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People are creeping all the time. So no,
So
you don't
true.
have to, give me your social or anything to get in.
Right,
It's just
right.
answering the questions, and they're simple.
Good. Okay.
Just
That's
hate
gonna
gay
help 'em.
people, essentially. No, okay, well, you're in, but you also have to not reveal identities and topics outside of the group, and you agree to it. I mean, granted, that's a going on faith thing, but I mean,
Yeah.
most people aren't. There are a lot of nice people out there. I'm hoping I
Yeah.
attract them.
Yeah. The best part is that most people want that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
that's not a rule
Yes.
they want to break.
Right.
Right.
Oh, yeah, that's pretty good.
Yeah.
That's great. So
Yeah.
my discussion at dinner was like, we were talking about how there's always that crappy stigma that's attached to mental health,
Oh yeah.
And like we were saying, like sometimes it's not really about that. It is about the support, you know, and for whatever reason, if it's community support or coaching support or peer support, you know, or whatever at work or whatever, it's that kind of thing. And I said, then I think that people get nervous when they hear that term, like, well, you got to do the work, you know, like, yeah, I'm going to help you, but you got to do the work. And automatically they're like,
Yeah,
oh, I don't want to have assignments and
Oh, but it's not
deadlines and-"
right. They
Right.
might not know
So
what
I
work
want
is.
you
Yeah.
to pick apart that,
Mhm.
you know, what doing the work means in your, in the scenario of working one-on-one with someone, like what is the work?
Mhm.
Okay, yeah, work is a scary word, and
Right.
Good
look,
question.
there are no assignments. Like, honestly, I don't want to do that work either.
Right,
You know, like,
right.
I give you assignments and I have to grade them. It's
Right.
it's not that kind of work. And you know, it's really the only word that fits, but you know, it kind of paints a negative picture.
Right,
Mhm.
right.
Yeah.
For instance,
Sure.
if you were interested in, you know, in working with me, if someone was interested in working with me to reach a certain goal, they felt stuck, they felt like, oh, I'm not really happy with where I am in life right now, or you know what, I know I could be happier, but I just don't know how to get there, you know. So here's the thing, the work is going to be different for everybody, because what we're going to do is I'm going to help you come up with a plan or steps or whatever that might look like that fits your life,
Right.
that fits the family you have, the time you have, the the time you can give. I've spoken with people who have a lot of time and they want, you know, a very intricate thing, and you know, they've designed something that, you know, okay, well, this day I'm going to do this, and this day I'm going to do this, and this day I'm going to make this list, and next week I'm going to, okay, that's awesome. I'm going to hold you accountable. We're going to write all of them down. I'm going to hold you accountable. I'm going to give you a deadline, because that's what they want. That's what, but then
Right.
other people are like, you know what, this is going to be pressure and I can't do it. I'm like, okay, for instance, if someone wants, let's say, you know, they want to manage their time a little bit better. What I tell everybody is the first step is the most important. I mean, that's cliche, but it's true. You know, if you start moving, you're at least moving, even if it's small. So let's say you have a time management issue and you just, you know, you really want to do that craft that you haven't gotten to do in like the last 10 years because you have kids now and you're married and whatever. Well, you know, we discuss it until we find maybe an hour a week that works for you, and you don't have to do it, but we talk through it. I'll talk through it with you until we find an hour that's doable, maybe another hour that's doable over on this day. And then I might ask you, okay, during that hour, can you make a list of 3 things that you would love to do if there were no kids and no other obligations going on in that hour? Make a list of those 3. Is that something you can work with? Can you make a list of 3 things? And that's the work that helps some people, just sitting down and thinking, okay, if I had nothing else going on, you know, that was in the background taking my time, what would I do during this hour that I know is free? And you know what, that is the work I'm talking about. It's small, it's small.
Imagining it and then getting to what you imagined.
It's retraining your brain to see that there are other possibilities, essentially.
That's cool.
It's just kind of, and it seems so small, and honestly they are small things, but like JD, with you, that's the work I give. Like when I told you, when you hear that negative voice pop up, just say fuck off to the voice. That's the work. That was JD's work.
Yes.
How long did that take you? That was 10 seconds. But the thing is, that tiny little thing is retraining. Granted, it is not a massive overhaul. It is retraining, but you can't do a massive overhaul. You can't reach what you want in 2 seconds. Either of those.
Right.
Everything
That's reality. Right.
Right. We have to break it into manageable parts and look towards the future you want. We're not going to look at the giant overwhelming you think you have to get past to get there. We're going to find a good route but it's going to take step by step by step. And that's the work. The work is more just showing up, really, and being open to discussing with me different ways that work for you. And I'm not going to force you to do anything. I'm not going to require you to do anything. But if you say, for instance, okay, lists, I hate lists, but you know what? Maybe if I set an alarm on my phone for these 2 hours in the week, just to let me know, I'm going to support you on that. That's perfect. But I'm going to hold you accountable once you decide, because that's part of what I do. I'm going to check in. If you didn't do it, I'm not going to yell at you. I'm going to ask why you didn't and how we can do it better. Like, okay, why didn't you? Oh, that fades into the background. Okay, let's find something that doesn't.
Yeah.
Like, let's work on something else. It's just,
you know what would be great if you could think of another word besides work, and then
You know what it
might-
is? It's like, it's the word here is listening and applying.
It is.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
like
Action,
listening.
action.
Steps.
It really is just action.
And
It's finding actions that work for each. I mean, and literally everybody's different.
Sure,
I have had a lot of people who love lists. I will tell you that, though. A lot of people love the lists.
I like lists.
I like lists too. I like making bulleted lists, but then if you're too into the list, maybe they kind of lose their power. So I think I've mentioned before, I tell people, you know, if you make a list, but include the things you don't consider accomplishments. If you did the laundry, you did the laundry, that's energy that you spent, and something that you could have put off. That's an accomplishment. So count that. Yeah.
I think it's
you gotta
important to make
acknowledge
the
the small
attainable.
things.
Right,
You know,
exactly.
Like if you don't, you know, then you do start feeling defeated.
You
know,
do.
But little things, you know,
Right.
that are accomplishments are still accomplishments, you know, like.
And I mean,
I cleaned the
everybody
radiator today.
you
That
don't
was
have the
little
same-
thing, but I did it.
Yeah, you don't have the same amount of energy every day. I mean, some days
Right.
it's like, oh, I have 300 things to do and I have like 5 seconds of energy, you know, and you know what? If I get something done that day, I'm proud of myself, you know, and I cross it off the list. But other days, you know, I do a ton of stuff. I'm proud of myself both days though, you know, and that's kind of the point of this, you know, like I really want people to realize how much more they're doing than they actually realize, and how much better they're doing than they actually realize, and how much more they can do because they're capable. I really believe that, you know, and that's what I help with.
That's fantastic, because I do think that people get overwhelmed by everything they're taking in. You know, like we were watching some show called Saving the Manor, and it's these 2 adorable gay guys, and they bought this massive manor that is just decrepit and falling apart. And, you know, so it's like this you look at it and you're like, oh my God, they not only does this have like a main house, but it's got like like the old servants' quarters and the old mud room, and you know, like there's so many different wings and everything, and there's like holes in the ceiling and stairs that aren't even completed, and so like I would go, I said, I'm like, you know what, even if I had like a gazillion bucks, you know, to work over this house, and these guys are doing it themselves because they don't have $1 million. And I go, like, that kind of long-term goal is so overwhelming to me. I wouldn't be able to see an inch of progress.
But that's the thing. That's a beautiful way to look at it, because everybody who comes to me has their own giant mansion that is falling apart. But the thing is, it's doable. You just have to have someone helping you figure out maybe the best, where to start, maybe where to go from there, and cheering you. I mean, I'm going to be a cheerleader. Like, that's the thing. I like doing that. Like, I love hearing that, you know what, I didn't think I could do this anymore, but I did it, you know, and it's a small thing, maybe to the world in general, but it's amazing, because before they didn't think they would do it again. All of a sudden, yes, you just have to look at it one step at a time, one hole at a time, one ball at a time. You can't look at the whole thing, or you're just gonna, you're gonna say, like you, Denise, you're just gonna say, there's no, No.
Yeah, like I'm like, oh my
impossible.
God. But the way
But it's
what I love that they're doing is that, and this is a great thing, it's like they wanted to make a specific big piece of art. And they had the one guy had this massive box full of old keys,
Ooh,
like just
Oh.
old keys, right?
I love keys.
And doesn't even know what they go to anymore. And they're just like, just
Yeah.
it's like that junk drawer that you find like all these old
Right,
keys.
right.
So, but this is huge. So they took this huge board and they put all these old nails that they use from their old roof tiles, and they put nails in this board. And every time they complete something, they have a little engraver and they engrave on the key
Oh,
hand
wow.
rail or boot room, and then they hang it on the
That
thing.
is so
So when the place is
important.
complete, they take
Idea.
a great piece of art that they've made with all these old funky keys,
I love
but
it.
now they're significant because of these
Right.
little tiny
Right.
steps. So
Every
I'm
person
like,
should do that with everything in their life. Like have your own
right,
keys, your wall of keys.
right,
Do it.
Right, right. I love
Like I
that.
was so impressed. I was just like, oh my God, that's such a great way of doing things, because like sometimes I'll look, like we write everything down on our calendar, like Denise's hair appointment, Gemma's massage, blah, blah, blah. And like that calendar would get like so full when I walk by it, I go, ugh. Look at it, but when you flip it over and it's a fresh month and there's nothing on it, and you start, writing those things, I'll go back and look at the old month and go, I cannot believe we did everything on,
Right?
that was on the calendar. It's that same thing. It was something little and stupid, like Bruce got a haircut. The mobile groomer came, whatever. I stress about it because I hate stuffing them in a box and handing
Yeah.
it to the groomer. But we did it. We did it. It's
But you
done.
forget that you did it and then you move
Yeah.
on. The
Yeah.
key wall is amazing because, as they move through that house, you might have a day where you're like, we have been working for 3 weeks and we've done nothing. You can go
Right,
back and look at that wall and it's a reminder.
Yeah.
I'm your key wall. I'm your key
Yes,
wall,
you're
people.
the key wall.
I'm going to
But you know
remind
what?
you of
That's-
all the cool shit you've done. Because if you did it once, you can do it again.
Yeah.
And the next time
Yeah.
you do it better. Maybe
Yeah.
not like an expert, but it's always, you just get
Yeah, they're like they're watching YouTube videos to learn how to do
oh
things.
yeah, that's
Yeah.
amazing.
But
That's
you know what?
amazing.
That's cool. I mean, that's a good concept that you say about the list, because I'm a list person, I tend to make unattainable lists. Like there's too many things on the list. And the reason why it ends up being that way is because I don't put the stuff I find not in, stuff that's like insignificant. I don't put that on the list, but I still have to do it. So
Right.
like the laundry or picking up the dry cleaner, no, that's taking away the time
For the
I
other
need
things.
to finish all the other things on my list. That's why I never get to finish them. So that's actually good if you write everything down, because even the stuff you don't want to do, like you said, Denise, you still have to
Yeah.
do it, and it's still
Yeah.
something you did. So I like all of that.
Yeah.
Was this key thing actually on the wall? Did they put the keys
They
in
put
the
the
wall?
board with all the nails. Yeah. on
Oh, they
the-
put it in a board, and
Yeah.
so they could move
It's
it.
it's a big board, and did they hang it? I think they hung it. And they
Love that
and it's
idea.
funny because they have like 9 keys hanging, but they have like 25 nails left to go, but look at the progress, like 9 keys. So
That's
that's
great.
the thing too, is like sometimes we make these lists, right? Because we have things that that we need to do, and we write the lists and we know we need to accomplish them, but we should be writing down the things that we did, not the things that we have to do, the things that
That's a
we
good
did.
idea too.
Compare
Yes.
those lists, and you're like, okay. I
Yeah,
don't-
it's
I
true.
only have this to do,
I mean, we're always moving forward and we're so pushed and there's so much pressure to keep accomplishing, achieving that
Yeah.
honestly, we forget that every day we're accomplishing and achieving, but still, like if you feel like, oh, that was hard to do, but you did it, that means you just accomplished something.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You just got
I like a
through
reward system, by the way. I like to reward myself.
oh,
like,
that's
seriously.
important.
Like
I use
don't
ice
care if
cream.
it's like taking those.
Yeah, I was
minutes
thinking
to
that.
go after you've just like cleaned like a maniac or whatever, and then like sitting down, that's the reward, is getting to sit for 20 minutes, whether it's playing Bubble Witch or Chelsea on your phone or
How
something.
about those little Dove minis that you could have in the freezer for little?
I get the Magnums,
rewards.
and that's a terrible name. Do you have Magnums in the UK? Because I hate that name. Okay, they're like Dove bars, but they sound like a condom. But they're
Yes.
dark chocolate with they're
The
just
coating.
little mini.
Yeah.
They're mini, but that's a reward when that's not. I don't have that as often as I'd like, but yeah, no, I do. I'm like, okay,
That's a
if
great
you
reward.
I think
eat
I
three
thought
things, then
did it stem from, and does it stem from being an only child? Like, because like I didn't have to do anything and my parents were impressed. You know, you're the only child. They're not comparing you to a brother or sister or anything. They're just like, great job
Right.
finishing your corn.
Right.
You know what I mean? So
corn.
I feel like that's like a huge thing that I carry with me as an adult. And
Funny.
even when I worked for my mom in the restaurant, like our reward after lunch rush was everybody got to sit down, read the newspaper, smoke a cigarette, have a diet Coke. You know, like you didn't have to be standing there cleaning.
Yeah,
or whatever. Like that was the reward. So I feel like I always carried these these feelings of like, well, you've accomplished
What am I gonna get?
minor
rewarded?
things. You finished your corn. Here's a dog bar. Well, no, like that's what
I mean, if that works for you, that's great. I probably will. I'm not going to throw that out there as advice. Your
But
dinner,
I mean, like
get a
sometimes
Dove
you need the
bar.
motivation to accomplish the
Right,
thing,
right.
you know?
Right,
My
right.
motivation is like designing a room on Design Home on the phone.
Yeah, right.
Oh yeah,
Complete silence, give me 10 minutes to just knock out this bedroom. That's my reward.
And a key.
The key.
and a key.
Boom. Yeah, like it's just, you know, like it's just, I don't know, like there's so much that goes into your goals and your achievements and the things that you want for your future. You know, like there's so much thought that goes into it, like the planning, the list, you know, and the motivation, like what's motivating me to get this
Right,
done,
right.
you know? Is it the reward? No.
Is
But,
it
I
the
mean,
Dove bar?
is it the Dove bar? But no, I mean,
know-
you know, it's just like I like that sense of accomplishment usually
Mhm.
is enough. But yeah, like we look at houses online all the time, and we're always talking about, oh, let's move out to the country to get more bang for your buck, and there's no neighbor.
Mhm,
And
mhm.
blah, 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 and all the reasons are fantastic. But then we go, ugh, the move. You know, like, oh
You'd have
my
to get a
God.
bunch of keys.
And
You
that's
know-
all I think about is I'll be the one. She'll be at work. I'll be the one unloading boxes,
Oh.
everything up. And
You could
So,
do
yeah.
virtual keys, Julie, if you do the key system. You could do a little
Not a bad
virtual
idea.
when you start your life support groups.
everybody
so
walking
when-
with
so-
the key on their like a chain with a key on it.
Now, I'm
Yeah.
gonna send you a little printout because shipping from Spain is ridiculous. So, sorry, guys.
That's why virtual.
So
Yeah.
you know
works
that.
great.
She sent me one box and she goes, holy crap, that was like $50 and there was only
Exactly,
2
it's
bottles of
nuts.
Aleve and a pound of Dunkin' Donuts.
Oh,
They sent me
yeah.
2 pounds of peanut butter
Right?
from the US, and I was like, you should have just sent me the money. Like, this
Oh
is,
my God, yeah.
I love you
So
for
much,
this, but
yeah.
I know that was
Yeah.
expensive, girl. I
It's
mean, I
crazy.
ate the hell out of that peanut butter though, so.
I find like almost anything I need, like American stuff, like online now, whether it's in a local American store that sells
Yeah.
Lay's chips and, you know, stuff like that,
Mhm.
or Amazon. Like I get my Dunkin' Donuts on Amazon now.
Man,
Yeah,
you guys are
yeah.
lucky, though. You guys are lucky, but then you left the EU. So now if I want to, the UK has a ton of online stores with American snacks, but now I can't order them because if I do, I am slammed with a giant customs fee. So I might as well be buying gold nuggets.
Oh man,
online.
yeah, and a
So,
VAT.
Yeah.
Yes.
And
Yeah.
there's an American store, but it's in the center of Madrid. And, you know, it's like going into the heart of LA for a cookie. Like, you know, like I'll just make my own cookies here. Like,
No, you
I'm
gotta
going to
make the
Madrid
list and you
today.
gotta make the pillage and then
It's
you
a
gotta
day.
The
scale it up.
list, the key,
right?
everything. Yeah.
It's
We
a
were doing
day.
that for a while. There was a place in Guilford and I would just like write Cheez-Its and like, you know, all these things.
Oh, Cheez-Its.
Right?
Man, what?
At first I would go online and I would look to see what they have. Then I would make the list and then we would make the drive in. And I would start making
Good
the
idea.
list. But now I'm like, screw that, man. I'll just pay the VAT tax and get it shipped to my house. So yeah, I do. I use one of the local American stores to get stuff all the time. It's an addiction now. Yeah, I got
Man,
Yeah.
that peanut butter sweetened with the horrible fructose corn syrup. It's just, you just,
Yeah,
cannot-
I
you
hear you.
cannot beat it. You can't, it doesn't compare. Nothing compares.
I'm super
Sometimes
happy
you
to
need
tell
the
you.
bad stuff. The bad stuff.
I
sometimes
need
you
it.
stuff,
I was
right?
raised on it, okay? My
Yeah,
body.
like I feel you. I only get Skippy.
I tried eating
Or Jif,
healthy,
man.
all healthy
Jif,
stuff.
yeah, or Jif, yeah.
And sometimes when you try to eat the truly healthy organic stuff, you don't feel so great, right? Then you eat the bad stuff and you feel better. Like, okay, my system, now my system got what it
I'm
used
okay.
to.
I need the preservatives. Yeah. That's what we always say.
So-
It's
Yeah,
so
right.
funny. I sent my cousin has a 6-year-old, right? And he's so adorable. And she's like, like a young, cool mom with the tats and the shape size and all that kind of cool stuff, right? And we're always joking about how like Instagrammers make you feel like a failure.
Yeah.
I feel like Instagram is designed to make you feel like a failure at anything. Body image, cooking,
everything.
Right.
anything. So-
Peloton achievements.
Yeah. So I send her this video of this mom that lives, I think it's I want to say Canada, but like she's Asian. She's got the most adorable little Asian baby, and he's like 14 months old, and he's sitting in his little high chair, and she brings him the most perfect bowl of food that's laid out like when you go to a high-end restaurant and they like
With all the
butterfly the
shapes and
avocado.
everything.
Like the avocado is like butterflied, and like the apple wedges are made into like a rose, and I'm like,
Oh,
and the kids
God.
are I'm like, was it worth it for that 5 seconds
Right?
on Instagram? I sent it to my cousin, and she was like, "Oh my God, I sent my kid to school with the apple and a bag of Fritos the other day." I'm like, I get it. I feel like social media is designed to keep you down, man.
Totally. And
It
the
is.
relationship stuff too, right? Everybody's got
Oh,
the perfect relationship. You
of
feel
course,
like no
because
one
you
will
see a
fight.
picture.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
perfect vacation.
Mhm.
They didn't show that person wandering around with their phone going, "Where the fuck is 4th Avenue?"
Right, right.
No,
No,
you
no,
don't
just-
just hear them arguing later. Yeah.
Right,
You don't
right.
hear them arguing.
You
See-
have to you have to be consciously aware of that when you scroll.
But
I
it's
mean, you
almost
really do.
impossible just because you can't always be that conscious. I
Exactly.
mean, it's the nature of scrolling. You
Yeah.
can't be,
It's so true.
totally engaged and realize, oh, that's
It's
fake. That's
Yeah.
real all
Yeah.
the time.
I'm
You
so
feel like
cranky
how
and
it's-
cynical. I just like I shit on every post because I'm so like cranky and cynical that's my mindset. I'm like, oh yeah, great boat. Like, did you second mortgage your house for that? Is that a friend?
You feel like everybody's doing life so much better than you, but maybe that could be one of your topics, Julie, like combating the perfect life
Yeah.
of everyone else you see on social
Remembering
media
the
and
reality.
The reality
You
is, yeah.
real life support, real
Mhm.
life support
Yeah.
classes, like doing real life.
Yeah, my cousin
So-
just launched a YouTube channel picking on shit, like
Really
criticizing like 80s
great
videos.
idea.
It's
That's
so
an awesome
funny.
idea.
So
There's gonna
damn
be a
funny.
lot of.
Oh my God, he was doing
80s.
the Benny Mardona song "Into the Night," and he was just like, "Oh, she's just 16 years old, and everybody told you to leave her alone," and just, like, made the guy out to be an absolute pervert rapist. It's
Oh
so
my God.
funny. Yeah, it's great. So yeah, maybe that's just like a family thing where we like overanalyze everything and be like, that can't be right.
No, I do it too. I really do it too, but not with. Usually
I'm
with
not malicious, and I
shows.
certainly don't
Like
comment.
I
This-
do with shows, like
Yeah.
Netflix shows that I see little previews for. I'm like, if a friend's like, "Oh, we should watch that. It looks really good." I'm like, does that look realistic to you? What about this and this? And they're like, never mind. Like, I don't know
Right,
people. I do want to be clear, since I'm here trying to let you know that I'm an empathetic coach who listens. I don't pick people apart, but
Yeah.
I do attack crappy shows on Netflix. I
Yeah.
do.
Oh,
I
God,
will
yeah.
admit that.
My
I'm
wife
sorry.
does that too.
I'm
I
gonna
have to
I
remind her, I'm
agree.
like, it's television, it's made for
Especially
entertainment.
if it's a gay show and all the lesbians have long hair. I'm like, excuse this is not real. This is not, why do they all have long nails? Why are they all in acrylics?
Yeah,
And this is not,
Yeah.
and they're like, oh, we just want to watch the show and enjoy it. I'm like, not with me.
she
I
carried a
don't-
Balenciaga bag. Like, what?
I do that with the reality shows. And I
Yes.
know I love reality
That's
shows.
usually
but
them.
Yeah,
I'm like, this is so scripted, yet it's
Mhm.
not technically scripted, but it's definitely like arranged. Like the scenarios are
no,
definitely
totally.
planned out. Like
Yeah.
now, the more I watch, the more I see how that's so didn't happen that way in
Like they're
reality.
sitting at a table and they're gossiping about someone and they go, oh, so-and-so told me about this, that you said this or you said that. And they go, when did they say that? And then they leave the restaurant and they're walking down the street and run into that person.
Right,
and have a
exactly.
confrontation. Yeah.
Exactly. Or like when they have
The hills all
have-
over again.
walk into a store or whatever, and the person will be like, oh my God, what are you doing here? Like that, oh, what's her name? The one, Teresa Caputo, the one that the medium, Long Island
Oh,
medium.
no way. The one with the
Oh,
bad
no.
hair.
Into a
Yeah.
place, like she's obviously in there with a camera crew. So how are you surprised?
Right.
on
People
who she
forget that there's
is,
a
you know?
camera right there.
And
Yeah.
you probably signed something before they came in so you could talk to them on the camera, right? It's just like, so that stuff, I really think insults the intelligence of the viewers, because
It
you obviously
It
she's
is
walking
just-
in with a camera crew. You can't be
People
shocked.
don't
as
think
who
that
she
it's
is.
real, right? Like people know
Yeah.
it's not real.
No,
I
No.
hope, I don't know, because they say
I
it's
think people
unscripted.
think it's real, but it's like social media. Like you forget that the reason
Yes.
you're seeing it is because there are 6 people standing out of view with cameras. Like
Yeah.
you forget. You
Yes,
forget.
you forget.
And
You
you
forget
need
that.
people to remind you that it's there, and I'm going back
Mhm.
again. I can remind you that this is shift, and you
Yeah.
can do. No, but really, like we forget what we can do, because
true.
we see
That's
what
true.
others are doing, but we see it through the rose-colored glasses they're showing it to us through.
Mhm.
They
Yeah.
don't show you all the work and the crying and the screaming. They don't show you the family giving them a lot of money to help, which is, there's nothing wrong with that.
Mhm,
But the thing
mhm.
is, we don't take into account that,
Right,
okay,
right.
maybe this person had a lot of family who threw in. Maybe this
Yeah.
person had a connection this person didn't. The
Yes,
thing is,
yes.
and we judge ourselves
Totally.
compared to everybody. We're not on this. We all can accomplish things, but we are not all at the same starting point. And it's not
Right.
fair to say, well,
That's
why am
true.
I this failure then? Well, you're not.
Yeah.
You're amazing.
Yeah.
You can do this. So let's find a way to get there. That's what I want people to remember. I really want to help people remember that, because you know what? That's the one thing about me that isn't completely messed up. I mean, I have gone through a lot in my life. I've gone through a lot of problems. I've struggled to get my mental health better, et cetera, et cetera. But you know what? The one thing I think, a lot of things broke me, and I was wired maybe differently because of trauma. The thing is, I'm much better at helping other people than because it's harder when it's yourself. When
Yeah.
Yeah,
somebody from
definitely.
the outside, I'm
Yeah.
not stuck in your stuff.
Yeah.
I'm just looking at it. I can see it a lot clearer.
Yeah.
And I
Right,
can see where
right.
you're starting. I can see you tripping because I'm following you. When I
Right.
see you trip, I'm going to say, is that a problem for you that you have a lot? And then we work on it.
Yeah.
You don't see what you trip on when you're walking.
Yeah,
I
it's true. Like that's that
That's a
thing.
good
Like
point. That's
the
a good analogy.
You need someone that's objective,
Yes.
like that outside perspective. Sometimes, like you're so
Right,
in it
right.
that you can't. You
Very
need
true.
fresh set of eyes to
Mhm.
Right.
see what
It's
you're
like
missing.
proofreading a paper. You can write a
Yeah.
literary masterpiece, but every author, every genius on earth has someone read their stuff before they submit it.
Yeah,
They have someone
sure.
and it's fresh eyes. That's
For sure.
what I am,
Yeah.
and I love that, I do.
Yeah.
That makes me feel happy, because honestly, the people I work with already have everything they need to go. They just forget it, and
Yeah.
or they haven't learned it yet.
right.
And
Yeah.
it feels really great to see someone realizing that they're way stronger and way more capable than they thought they were. Because they're
it's
already
an
there.
athlete. I mean, an athlete doesn't just step up to the plate,
Oh,
you know,
no.
and
Right,
fire off home run. You
exactly.
know what I mean? It's batting practice. It's,
Yeah, yeah.
it takes a village.
I mean, that's a lot of work. This is not that much work.
Work.
Yeah,
You do not
I'm
have
not
to
going to make you
train.
go to the batting cages for 5
No,
hours
no.
a day.
I mean, if that helps you, do it, but I'm not throwing that out there, so.
But I mean, that's part of it is that people do sometimes put such undue pressure on themselves
Yeah,
to be
Mhm.
great instantly.
we all do.
Yeah.
I think we all
Right,
do.
Yeah.
exactly.
It's impossible not to in this society, in this day and age.
Yeah.
It's impossible.
It
So
really
how
is-
are you-
it is. Yeah.
How are you getting, when you get your, like right now, are you able to do these classes, like as far as being certified and licensed as a coach? Can you start that now? Like, how are you going to get the word out once you can just like take the ball and run with it? Or can you start some of that now?
Are you
I
getting?
can start putting word out now. My certification is in January.
Yeah,
I'm
right.
just trying to make people aware that I'm here. I'm trying to get interest going for the sessions, because honestly, until we have the 20-minute session, which is, again, I'm just gonna say it's free.
Mm.
Until we have that, we're not working together. And
Right.
this is not just for you, it's for me. Because if you have it, maybe you don't like my style, maybe you come to me with something you want to do that I'm not good at. I'm not
Mhm.
going to work with you. But I will refer you. I'll do my best to find someone who's good.
Yeah.
Refer you to them. Because if you are looking for help in an area that I'm not good at, I'm not going to drag us both through hell for 3 weeks trying to figure out, or a month, trying to figure out how to make
Right.
something work. No, it's kind of just to see if it's something I can help with, and to see if you like what I have to say, if it's something for you,
Yeah.
and that's
Yeah.
it.
I'd be
And we
jumping
go
all
from
over
there.
that, man.
Hmm?
Like 20 minutes free, I would be jumping all over that.
Yeah.
I feel
A
like
lot of
when you
people
put the
have.
word out about that, you're gonna
I
get
got
inundated.
I put it out there on Facebook. I had to shut it down because there
Did
were
you?
Really?
Really?
yeah,
You
I
have
had to
you
shut
had
it down.
a huge response to that? Is
A
that
massive response, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. So that's a
Which-
good preview to
Yeah.
what people need help.
Yeah,
Oh,
and I mean, some of the people I knew, some had followed me from music, so I didn't really know them. So that was really cool, having that mix. But getting word out, I'm hoping in the beginning it's going to be pretty organic, just a word of mouth thing, and referrals are the best word of mouth. If someone likes what I do, I know they're going to tell someone. One of their
Right,
friends who's going
right.
through something, they're going to let them know. If I do a good job, that's what I'm hoping people do. And in the interim, I'm putting Uplift out there just so that I can still feel like I'm doing something, until I get
Right.
word of mouth coming in. I mean, one email a week is not gonna suck a lot of my time away, and it makes me
right.
so
Right, right.
I'm hoping to get that out there. And advertising wise, you know what? I don't really know. I don't really like Facebook marketing much. I don't think it does much.
You don't even
No.
need it. You could just do like a Facebook Live, and then people that
Yeah.
Yeah.
follow you or whatever, like you can do it.
Well, I'm gonna have
1 minute Facebook
information.
Live thing. Yeah.
I'm going to have information on the Uplift page
Oh,
about
great. Yeah.
Apex, but it's going to be on this side because I don't want people to think that, I'm drawing them towards Uplift just to snag them into coaching.
Right.
I'm not. But I am, I'll put information there. Maybe somebody's looking for something like this, but if they're
Yeah,
not, that's
exactly.
cool. There's absolutely no pressure. I think the worst client to have is one who feels pressured into being a client. I don't want.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
But with the Uplift thing, I will put my stuff out there, my contact stuff. It's somewhere in the description. It's not going to be front and center. But Uplift will be like my side project, my little
It's your
love
side
project.
hustle. Yeah.
Yes.
Yes,
I'm not making anything. There's nothing of profit in that, and in fact, I'm paying to have the site,
Right. Right.
but I thought, like, this is a really good way to kind of bring people together when I'm not doing
Yeah.
coaching and feel like I'm still putting something good out there. you know, and then maybe people can have chats in this group when I'm sleeping on Madrid time, you know, I'm not,
Right,
you know,
right.
chat amongst yourselves. And maybe
Yeah.
there are people who show up who have, you know, maybe there's someone who has a problem with their car and they can't afford to get it fixed, and there's a mechanic in there. You know, that's community helping community.
Yeah,
That's solving a
yeah.
problem.
Yeah.
The end. I just
Yeah.
want it to be a good spot. And granted, it's on Facebook, so maybe it will turn into a troll factory. I don't know, but you know, I'm hoping no.
Yeah. You know,
I'm
people
gonna
are,
do my
a lot
best.
of times, like, people, when you get a bunch of people together, it's people, yes, but it's also a group of resources.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Everybody knows
yeah.
somebody, and
everybody
everybody, yeah,
is good at something, you
Yeah.
know, and everybody needs help with something. If
Yeah.
you find those two people in the same room,
Yeah.
magic,
yeah,
you
yeah,
know,
the connectivity is just like,
yeah.
yeah, that's
I
fantastic.
mean, that's something I want, you know, like I don't want it to be like a hookup site, you know, they're every
Right.
gay and lesbian group on Facebook is like, hook up with your sexy match, find your sexy
Yeah,
lover now.
yeah.
And it's just a bunch
God.
of drama.
Yes.
That's cool. Go to those. There's nothing wrong with those. You know,
No,
I've
no.
been in them before in my earlier days, you know, but
Yeah,
now, no, like, don't that if you find love in the uplift group, that's amazing. Just,
yeah.
You
but
want,
that's not what it's for. Like,
that is
That's a
so
byproduct.
funny. It's so funny that you say that, because I was just saying this weekend, I'm not going to say what group it was, but
Yeah,
there's a
don't.
group of women who are doing shows. I don't want to get too specific, but they're doing shows, entertainment, right?
Mhm.
So it's like, come to our show, right? So but instead of just saying it's funny, it's entertaining, you know, you'll laugh, you'll cry, you'll enjoy it, it's, there'll be lots of women there, maybe you'll meet your girlfriend, maybe you'll meet your future wife. They even went so far to say that, and it's a show. They're
Oh,
asking
JD, but I
come
would have done
to
that too
this
back in the
comedy
day.
show,
I
right?
would have done that too.
Anything to sell a ticket.
I would have done, you know what, I would have, no, my shows, I got paid up, I didn't have ticket prices. I
It's
usually
true.
didn't, I would tell the venues weren't usually allowed to, unless that was their policy, charge tickets for my show, like, they just paid me. So,
Oh
but
my
no, I
God.
would have done that too. I should have done that.
That's what it turns into. And it's like, but the funny thing was, it wasn't even about that. It wasn't like a tea dance. It wasn't, you know, even any kind of a dance or anything. It was to go sit in an audience and watch a show. And it was just so funny that was their pitch
Yeah.
to get people to come to it. But because that's what it ends up being, you're right. In the,
Oh,
in
you're
the
not
community.
dancing and you're not
funny?
mingling. Then
No, it wasn't any of that. It was to go see a show. I don't want to get too specific, because if they ever watch this and they might say
The
that's
best part
us.
is, like, if you imagine someone sitting in a theater seat, you know, and like you literally, the people next to you are, nope, that's not my wife. Nope.
Right.
Well,
And
maybe, I
to
don't know.
meet your future wife. Like, how much are you
tap the person
expecting?
in front of you.
How much are you expecting from that ticket
Look
price? You know,
behind you, in front of you. Oh my God, that's funny.
I thought that was funny. I'm like, I don't think there's any other kind of a, you know, but no, it was not a dance. It was not a music. It wasn't a band or anything like that. It wasn't anything interactive. It was to go sit down and watch a show.
So it
So
was
limited.
fun to be chatting during, I would assume.
Yeah, that was a lot of
A lot of
expectation.
hookups in the lobby.
Oh, like weird vibe.
Excuse me, could you tap the person next to you?
Yeah.
No, just
Oh, no, no,
I
no.
picked
Yeah.
the wrong seat. You know, I
Oh
should have been
my
sitting
God.
there.
That's horrible, though.
Isn't
You know,
it
but
funny?
it's funny, but it's true. Like, but
Yeah.
I really think, like, the name Uplift Community speaks for itself. Like, we're
Mhm.
about, you know, uplifting each other and support.
Yeah.
It doesn't feel like you can mess that up.
I
It
mean,
doesn't feel like you can confuse that with
I would hope not.
up, or, you
I would
know,
hope not.
yeah. So I think that, I honestly do think it's a really good name.
But it is
Yeah.
a bunch of gay
Yeah.
people ending up
Yeah.
in the same spot. So,
Yeah.
you know how we do.
Yeah,
You know
Yeah.
how we do.
Yeah.
yeah, it's true. It's true. Well, I think all of this is, I think of how far you've come since we
What do you
started.
think of Apex? Do you like my new name over
I do
here?
like it.
I
do
love
like
the
it.
name.
Apex is the highest point you can get in something, and that's what I want to take people to. You know, like that's
perfect.
that's where I want to help people
That's
in
great.
some way, shape, or form. And first it was music, and then it was teaching, and now it's hopefully this. Whichever one of these, hopefully both.
It's such an interesting program, like process.
It
because
is.
It's so far removed than a therapist couch. It's so far removed than this clinical sterile environment. It's like having the best friend.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Oh my God, you're gonna have so many
a little
best
more
friends.
training. That maybe has a little more training and abides to ethical guidelines.
Right. But that's kind of what you want,
Yes,
Not
because
the
my
best
best
friend,
friend
but I
will
mean-
tell me to do some shady shit. But you know what? I will not advise you to do shady shit.
That's,
I also won't judge you if you do. Because I'm there for you. I don't judge. You're not hurting somebody else, do the shady shit if it helps you.
And there's your first advertisement right there.
It really is for people that are serious about doing better, about bettering themselves, about doing better.
If you're not ready, you're not ready.
Right.
And if you are, you are.
But that's why these free 20-minute sessions are so important.
Yeah. And maybe you think you want it and you talk to me and you realize, no, it's not the time for this. That's cool.
Right.
20 minutes, that's good.
There's no obligation. There's no obligation.
No, you don't have to give your credit information or anything like that to talk to me. You just have to send me an email at let's talk. Oh, look, I'm not mirrored. So
there it is. Yeah.
At apexcommunitycoaching.com.
Love it.
And if you want the free happiness, just go to Uplift the Community. It's all one word, but I spaced it out so it's a little easier to read. Upliftthecommunity.org. So if you go there now, it's actually live and up. You just enter your email. You can unsubscribe at any time. It's super easy. Just a little. I make it easy to come in and out. Like I don't want to trap anybody.
All right, listen, we will catch up with you again.
Yes.
But we will follow you, of course, like on all these events and
please do.
that's going on. And I'm gonna put those in when I post our chat.
Kick ass.
Yeah. Well, we will catch up with you probably around the beginning of December.
Okay.
And we'll see how things are going then.
Yes.
Yeah, it works. Okay, good. All right, chicas.
I love you guys. So great to talk to you. Bye, everyone.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Why do you always run back to the lover you
Like never stop chasing your dreams.
You're addicted to her touch. That's true.
See?
And I confess, my addiction is you.
We drank way too much whiskey.
Don't ask me why I'm here tonight. I had to take this midnight drive to find you. And as I come in through the door, I see her dancing on the floor beside you. Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch. That's true. where jealousy reveals my rage and madness. And knowing you can read my mind consumes me in a shameful kind of sadness. Why do you always run back to the lover you once knew? You're addicted to her touch, that's true. And I confess, my addiction is you. You are my drug, my ever-waking need. I got you in my blood. You've got me on my knees. Why do you always run back to the love you once knew? You're addicted to her touch, that's true. And I